What's going on, guys and girls of YouTube? Today I'm doing a different type of video. I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up and run a Minecraft server all by yourself. No programs or anything besides, Bucket and some other stuff. And this is going to also include port forwarding and getting your IP set up and all your plugins and everything. Okay, so first what you want to do is you want to make a folder, right? I already have one here. It's PvP server. This is a server that I run that is PvP. It's open to, I think it has a 25 person slot open. The IP for that will be in the description. I'm just going to make this one test server, and this is what we're going to be working on. Now, this server file is going to be your main server file. Now, what you want to go download is you're going to want to go download a brand new version of Bucket. So you just go to Bucket, go to this page, and download the latest recommended build, which will be right here. So you download this one, which is 1.2.5 R4. Download that. Keep. Um, and as you can see, I'm on a Mac. So, if you don't use Mac, then it's pretty much the same. Your files may be named something different, but other than that, it's basically the same. So after you downloaded your Bucket, go over here and take your Bucket and put it into the server folder or whatever you name your server. You can name it whatever you want. And what you want to do is you want to edit this, and you want to take all except for the craft bucket and the .jar out, so it looks like that. Okay, now to get all your files and stuff, just double click it and hit open. It'll run your server and it'll get all your files, and it's running. The server is actually running, but it's not bringing up any kind of console or anything. Okay, so now that you have all your files and everything is here, you want to make sure that this process has stopped. So what you do is you go over to Launchpad and you go to Utilities, Activity Monitor, and there will be a program that is using a good amount of your RAM. See, there's Jar Launcher right there. That's part of it. And then the Jar Launcher is running the Java. So that's probably it right there. And then I have ScreenFlow and all this other stuff running. So anyway, you can hit quit processes, quit. It'll quit those processes. You can quit activity monitor, and then you'll go back into here. So now that you have your files and everything, if you have a save that you want to put on your server so that you can run it, like if you're going to do like a personal server, you can just take your world, copy and paste it into this file here, and rename it world, and just throw this one in the trash. And then that world will spawn whenever you get your server up and running. Now, to change your server stuff, you go into server properties, open with text edit. Okay, now once you're in here, you do not need to put your IP in here. It will go and find your IP for you. Now, the server port will always be 25565 unless you want a custom server port, which you can do, and I will show you how to do that as soon as we get to the forwarding. The general settings, this is what I have it set up for as a PvP server, except I have the max players up to 25. But other than that, this just basically is fine the way it is. So you can just close out of that, and then now we'll go and we will do the forwarding. Now to do forwarding, all you have to do is type in your router's IP address into your search bar up at the top, and it will be 192.168 point blank, but mine is 0.0.1. Now yours will be different. No two are the same. So when you type that in, you'll get all this stuff, and you'll see all these different IPs and everything else. But for some reason, it didn't work right. Whenever you put it in here, it should take you to here. Now my router is a Motorola, and yours may be different. It may be a Linksys, it may be a Netgear, or whatever. But if you don't know your username and password, it'll always be the same. Um, it'll be the default unless you changed it. If you changed it, then you will have to reset it to factory settings. But if you go into here, when if you're in a Motorola, if you have a Motorola uh, router, then you go to advanced, and then you can go to port forwarding. Now for Linksys, I'm pretty sure that it's like a gaming and something section up there instead of forwarding, or advanced and then forwarding. But as you can see here, I have my IP set, so it says 192.168.0.9, and it's porting to 25565, and then this would be the remote host access, and see it's porting 25565, and you want to make sure the protocol is set to both. So you have these two checked, and you go down here and you hit apply. It'll refresh, and then once it gets done refreshing, this has been applied. So now that you're done with that, your IP is being forwarded. Now to find your public IP, you want to go back to Google and simply type in "what's my IP," and there it is right there. There's your IP right there, and if that should work for any IP. It'll tell you what your IP is. Period. It'll pop up right there. Um, and now that you have that set, you can go and download your plugins and do whatever it is that you would like to do with your server. Um, Now, I guess we'll just get a random freaking plugin. I don't know. If I was you, I would definitely get the essentials plugins, all the essentials. I would also get Watchdog and some other stuff. There's a bunch of other commands that you really do need to get, depending on what kind of server that you're wanting to run. But for this, I'm just gonna download this real quick, and I'll install it. And I'm also going to show you how to start the server with more RAM so that it doesn't lag, and it runs faster, and you don't get the annoying message, um, server is out of RAM, blah blah blah. Now in this server, I have a start.command file, and what you want to do is, if you already have one, which I doubt you'll do, but if you do, then good for you. Um, I'm just going to copy and paste it in here, and I'll open it and show you what's in it. Um, what this is all it is. You want to create a, a folder, or not a folder, but you want to go into text edit. You want to create a new document. You want to go to format. You want to go to make plain text. Okay. And once you've made it plain text, you just want to type this in. And this is for 2 gigs. This will run your server on 2 gigs of RAM. If you have less RAM, then you'll want to set it to 1024 instead of 2048. That'll run it on 1 gig of RAM. So if you want to do that, then just name it start.command and make sure you change it to .command at the end, because if you don't put it as .command, then it won't work. But since I have it set up as this, it'll launch whatever craftbucket.jar is in the file with it. So if I just double click it, it'll bring up my console and it will run the server. It's doing this because my other server is running. But other than that, I think you're all pretty much ready to go. I can't really think of anything else that needs to be done. I'm just gonna throw that in the trash because I don't need it anymore. Props to my friend that made me this background. His name is Jake, aka Disgracial. I will put a link to him in the description. Um, and I also have some more videos coming up pretty soon. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope this helped. I know I watched a bunch of videos and they did not help whatsoever. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.